Welcome and thank you for tuning in to the Shining Scholar Education Podcast, where we talk about secondary English and language arts tips, strategies, and resources. We'll also share the ups and downs in the wonderful world of teaching. I'm your host, Charlie, and I'm a teacher creator here with Shining Scholar Education. We hope you enjoy the show. Hello, fellow teacher superheroes. I wanted to share one of our most popular lessons from Shining Scholar Education, and it's called Student Lawyers, Criminal Mock Trials and Cases. So you can see here, it's a few disclaimers. Please don't, share or steal our stuff. Lesson summary: students will get the opportunity to be lawyers and prosecute or defend an accused person in a criminal trial, and there's 11 cases total. So each group will consist of 2 lawyers prosecuting and defending and an accused person. So the teacher will act as a judge and guide the jury to vote as they vote on the verdict. So the majority vote determines the verdict. So it's not exactly like real criminal trials, but it's meant to make it as efficient and as effective for the classroom. So here's some suggested materials. You can see here. Let me adjust. Okay, so you can see here materials, this lesson plan, paper, pencil, internet access. And the reason for the internet access is because we have links to YouTube videos that are all related to court cases. So a scene from 17, again, the movie, A Few Good Men, and the trial scene from To Kill a Mockingbird. It also comes with some suggested pre-teaching activities. Of course, modify to however you feel your students would respond best, right? That's the beauty of being a teacher. So here's some more helpful links at the bottom. And then once you download the electronic version of the document, you'll see a link here for signing up for middle school English teachers. Click here, and then high school English teachers, click here, and you'll get our teaching tips, resources, memes, funny videos, and some inspirational stuff in your inbox. So we've heard great things about it, so we hope you check it out and let us know what you think. So here's case number 1. Let me get a sip of water really quick. So here's case number 1, Grand Theft Auto, which is a stolen car. And all the evidence is slanted towards the prosecution. So students really have to think creatively and critically to keep their client, out of jail, right? So the defendant is charged with stealing the car of a friend, and then you'll have the evidence here at the bottom of the case. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the steering wheel of the car that was stolen. The car is a 2005 Honda Accord. So there's that one. And then case number 2, home burglary. The defendant is charged with breaking into a house and stealing a flat screen TV and jewelry. The evidence: the defendant's fingerprints were found on the doorknob of the front door of the house. All right, case number 3, reckless endangerment. The defendant is charged with hitting another person with their car while driving because he was texting. And 3 witnesses say they saw the accused driver texting while driving just minutes before the accident. Here's case number 4, theft. The defendant is charged with the theft of a wallet from a pedestrian. Here's more evidence. Case number 5, aggravated assault, which is fighting. The defendant is charged with fighting in the parking lot of a restaurant. Let's see. Case number 6, murder, intentionally killing someone. The defendant is charged with the murder of Walter Johnson, a businessman that the defendant knew. Case number 7, manslaughter, accidentally killing someone without intention. And the defendant is charged with the manslaughter of a pedestrian while driving drunk one night. The amount of alcohol in the defendant's blood was over twice the legal limit. Let's see. Murder, intentionally killing someone. The defendant is charged with the murder of his ex-wife or ex-husband by poisoning her or him. There was no trace of poison in the ex-spouse's blood in the autopsy. However, a poisonous plant, the pong pong tree, was found in the defendant's garden. It's a poisonous plant that leaves no trace in the victim. And this honestly has actually spawned some of the greatest research I've seen done by students. They're so engaged with this plant, which I believe is native to Southeast Asia. The pong pong tree goes by, of course, many different names, but the students love researching this plant. So it leads to more literacy, more fun activities spawning from these things, these lessons, or trials, I should say. Case number 9, doctor malpractice, mistakes. Defendant's a doctor charged with killing a patient by giving them too much of a muscle relaxer, the medication Valium, and this caused the patient's heart to stop beating. Let's see, case number 10, armed bank robbery and murder. The defendant is charged with armed robbery of a national bank and the death of 2 security guards at the bank. There were explosions and shootings in the bank. Case number 11, last one, manslaughter, accidentally killing someone. The defendant is charged with manslaughter of their best friend. The defendant was driving drunk after a long night of partying after graduation from college. The defendant was driving the car, and the best friend was in the passenger side of the car when they crashed into a tree. The friend flew through the windshield. He died instantly. So these have really been some of the most engaging activities I've done with my students ever. And the beauty about this is I always focused on not how many cases can we get through in a day, in a week. It's the process of seeing students think critically and really enjoy themselves, putting themselves in the lawyer's shoes and trying to think of a way logically to defend their client. So we were going for quality, not quantity, right? And if you wanted to, honestly, a lot of times I use this as a carrot, as a treat. It was their dessert after we got through everything we needed to do that week. If we had time on Thursday and Friday, hey, let's do another criminal case. And it really was and still is a very engaging activity. Hope you guys check it out. I'll put the link in the video. Okay, so here we are in our actual Teachers Pay Teachers store, which is just Shining Scholar Education. As you can see here up in the top right, the logo. So here are what other teachers have said about this lesson, which really makes us happy because, like I said, all our stuff is made by teachers for teachers. And you can see here it has a 4.9 rating out of 5 stars with 38 ratings. And if we scroll down, let's see what some of the teachers have said. So JL said this resource was fantastic and just what I was looking for to bulk up the unit I was teaching. I can't thank you enough for the ease of use and time saved. Jacqueline or Jacelyn, my students enjoyed using this to write persuasive speeches and arguments in the 11 different cases for classroom mock trials. And she used it with 7th grade. That first person used it with 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. Let's see, Sarah P. said this was absolutely perfect. I loved using these with my students to practice, and they loved it. There were so many options, and it was very easy to use. Thank you for this fantastic resource. And this person, Sarah, used it with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So we hope that you can go check it out. Like I said, I'll put the link in the video description. You guys can go do it. Check it out. Download the free sample if you want. Since I'm under my seller account, you can't see it here, but it'll give you a sample where you can download the sample, check it out, see if it's something you think you can use. And thanks again for supporting us. We really appreciate it from one teacher to another. This is Charlie signing off with Shining Scholar Education. Keep doing what you do, teachers, and keep changing the world. Until next time. Thank you again for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, share, and consider leaving a review. It really does help. We make resources for teachers by teachers. Check us out at shiningscholareducation.com and at our Teachers Pay Teachers store as well. We'd love to hear from you, so email us at shiningscholareducation@gmail.com to share any questions or topics you'd like on the show. Thank you for all you do, teachers, and keep changing the world.